Okay, what's up YouTube? I'm going to do a little series. I keep saying little in all my videos. Got to stop doing that. A little series, just a little, little thing about little old. Anyway, I think I've got it out of my system now. So I'm doing a series based on a video by MotleyTV, which is very good. It's called A Joke Too Far. And check out MotleyTV because they're good. A little plug for you there. And I guess the idea of these videos is championing free speech and questioning PC culture. I used to be a big fan of PC culture, not so much now. I think my feeling on political correctness is that it's a way for mainly middle-class white people to sound like they're not prejudiced. You can stop people saying things that might upset other people. You can't stop them thinking it. So we just have a society where everyone goes around pretending they don't have any unpleasant ideas. It doesn't change a single thing. It doesn't change inequality for a start. So there's only two things. I think Sam Harris said this. I don't know if it's his quote, but I definitely heard him say this. Only two things that you cannot do in terms of speech. You cannot by law incite hate, and you can't shout fire in a public place, and that's pretty much it. Apart from that, it's just people saying they're offended. So let's watch this little clip here, and just to let you know, there's a wonderful little quote from Christopher Hitchens at the end which sums up the whole thing. Let's dive right in.
And I was there in New York for 9/11, which is just, oh God, and we ended up with 2,400 widows. 2,400 widows, each who finally this year, ended up with a check for $5 million each. And I was thinking, any of you that have a partner for over 6 years, think about it for a second. What would you rather have? Someone who farts and drools in their sleep, whose mother is living with you, or a nice check? At least there got to be 3 women out there that were going, Harry's dead, boo-hoo. And I'm going to find those 3 women, and I'm going to ring their doorbells. Yenna Bernstein, it's Joan Rivers. Guess what? We found Harry. You have to return the $5 million. No! Good night. A pleasure working for all of you. Just a pleasure.
Okay, there you go. That's my first clip there. Joan Rivers there, now unfortunately deceased. So is that offensive? Obviously, if my husband, well, it wouldn't be my husband, well, it might be my husband actually. I want to be politically correct there. They died in 9/11. A year later, somebody's making jokes about people who died in 9/11. Of course, I'd probably be offended. I don't know. I assume so. But my point there is, all right, let's say your father died because he was driving along the road and a squirrel ran out in front of him and he hit it, and then he hit a tree and died. If a comedian does a joke about somebody driving their car into a squirrel and then hitting a tree, well, they don't know that happened to you, and you can't really say, well, oh, that happened to me, therefore you can't make that joke, it's offensive, my father's dead. Doesn't really work, does it? So there we are, there's my argument on that, and here's Christopher Hitchens' take on it.
If someone tells me that I've hurt their feelings, I say, well, I'm still waiting to hear what your point is. Right. I'm very depressed how in this country you can be told, that's offensive, as if those two words constitute an argument.